We come on the air with new information into our newsroom tonight. The CEO of McKenzie-Willamette Medical Center fired alongside the hospital's chief nursing officer. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brandon Kammerman.
And I'm Kendall Bartley. The hospital confirming just moments ago that both CEO David Butler and CNO Desi Shubin are no longer with the organization.
No reason given as to why the two were let go. An interim CEO and CNO have been appointed to temporarily fill these positions.
Now, this comes just days after we spoke with the CEO, David Butler, regarding future Medicaid cuts impacting the hospital's plans to build an emergency department in Eugene. You can watch that full interview on our YouTube page.
That QR code that just came up, go ahead and scan it, that one that's on your screen at the bottom of your screen. Scroll to our YouTube channel and be sure to stay with KVAL as we continue to look into what led to this firing. Meanwhile, also new tonight, a black man is suing Lane County for an alleged 2023 assault that he claims is racially motivated. 22-year-old Kev Hill filed a civil rights lawsuit against Lane County, the Lane County Sheriff's Mounted Posse, and the Lane County Fair for an incident in 2023 where he says volunteers with the posse and with the fair's private security firm tackled him and pinned him to the ground, knelt on his back while he said he could not breathe. The lawsuit says the alleged assault happened in the church parking lot blocks away. Hill's lawyers say he was racially profiled as a suspect in a shooting outside the fair that occurred the day before. The lawsuit says the incident happened while Hill was suffering an asthma attack, vomiting blood, and pleading for help. Eugene Springfield NAACP sent a statement into our newsroom saying, in part, these reports not only suggest a dangerous disregard for public safety and civil rights, but also conjure the painful imagery of this country's racial past. Armed posses on horseback pursuing black bodies, invoking echoes of slave patrols and racial terror. That such an incident could occur today in the heart of our community raises urgent questions about how Lane County empowers, trains, and supervises individuals tasked with public safety, particularly when those individuals are volunteer auxiliaries carrying firearms. We did reach out to the county and to the Lane County Sheriff's Office. They said they cannot comment on pending litigation. We will continue to follow this story as new information comes in.
A KVAL update tonight. Thousands of ODOT employees facing unemployment now given a lifeline. Well, for now, Governor Kotek calling a special session to address the transportation funding shortfall after lawmakers failed to find a compromise during this year's legislative session. The special session is set for August 29th specifically to restore essential transportation services and staff. Governor Kotek's office says she has been working with legislators and local partners to hammer out a plan to address the lack of a former bill. The Oregon Department of Transportation says its planned layoffs will be delayed until mid-September to give lawmakers the opportunity to fully fund the agency. House Minority Leader Christine Drazen says Governor Kotek is prepared to introduce a 6-cent increase to the gas tax to fund part of that shortfall.
The governor has failed to listen to the voice of the Oregonians who just cannot afford higher tax increases, and she seems determined to continue to push for higher costs for Oregonians at the gas pump.
Drazen says the governor could use emergency board funds to address layoffs without calling a special session. In a statement, the governor said the special session will focus on near-term solutions to stabilize basic functions at ODOT. The governor adding this is a first step towards solving transportation funding issues long-term.
Turning to wildfire season now, the Cram Fire northeast of Madras now sitting at nearly 96,000 acres, containment still at around 73%. And while evacuation orders helped get people away from the fire, KVAL's Gold Meadows spoke with the Department of Environmental Quality, which says it's the smoke that can be harder to escape.
The Cram Fire's containment has created optimism for getting the flames under control, but those in and around Jefferson County will still have to deal with the smoke.
There were not full red days so far, which is really fortunate for us, but we have been watching the Cram Fire closely because it's a very large fire. It's going to be putting out smoke for a while.
The Department of Environmental Quality measures air quality index ranging from green to red, with red being the worst, but no full day has stayed in the red during this fire, and this week conditions have improved. Now that smoke from the Cram Fire has caused concern among relatives of inmates at the Deer Ridge Correctional Institute in Madras. The prison is surrounded by the evacuation zones, but it's not part of the zones. So when Level 3 evacuations occurred around the prison on July 16th, prisoners stayed put.
They cannot see the other side of the yard, and there's no restrictions on our movements. Every single time that the inmates go to chow, 3 times a day, they have to exit the dorm, walk across the yard, and go to the chow hall. Every single time that inmate has to get medication on Medline, not only do they have to exit the dorm to go get the Medline, but they have to stand outside to obtain their medication.
The Oregon Department of Corrections says it doesn't identify evacuation zones. That job belongs to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office with the help of the State Fire Marshal's Office. The DOC says it has extensive emergency plans in place, including for air quality and evacuations, but evacuations are uncommon. That's because they have to consider security risks like escapes, medical needs of inmates, transportation routes, and the potential for being ambushed. And with an evacuation, there needs to be a location ready to receive its 1,025 inmates. The DOC says it did implement air scrubbers in the prison, triaged medically fragile inmates on and off-site as needed, and monitored air quality inside the prison.
Wildfire smoke can be really serious, and in terms of how dangerous, the question is usually about exposure. Smoke can really harm your health, and so when those advisories are in place for certain areas, we just strongly recommend that you follow them.
DEQ says it has been working closely with the Oregon Health Authority and counties to keep communities informed on smoke conditions around the fire. In Madras, I'm Gold Meadows.
DEQ says it's especially important during summer months when wildfires are prevalent to keep an eye out for air quality advisories and avoid being outside when it is unsafe. Updates can be found on a smartphone weather app or OregonSmoke.org. Gradual summer warming trend underway for us the next couple of days, with temperatures bouncing back into the low 90s through the middle of the week.
It's our next weather maker, though. That's a weak cold front followed by some high pressure, keeping us just a touch cooler into the upcoming weekend.
Alan Matthews joining us now to take a look at those moderately warmer temperatures.
We are a bit warmer today than we were yesterday, and this warm-up is going to carry into the next couple of days. Kind of a little roller coaster ride, so temperatures get warmer, we get cooler in time for the weekend, so if you're heading out for the fair, I think you got some good weather. Let's show you what's going on right now, though, and we did get warmer today. 86 degrees in Eugene under a mostly sunny sky, a north wind at 12, and our humidity is going to be at 32%. Now, as we look at the radar satellite, just seen a lot of sunshine across the area. The coast did start out the morning with a little bit of cloud cover out there, but that did thin out as we got about mid-late morning. Now, as we look ahead toward tonight and into your day on Wednesday, overnight temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 50s, and those highs tomorrow, the next couple of days, are going to be in the low 90s. So it may be a little bit on the warm side. In fact, Wednesday and Thursday are going to be our warmest days of this week. It'll be mostly sunny. Those dry conditions will continue. But as we get to the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, those temperatures are going to be a bit more closer to average for this time of the year. We'll break it all down with your full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Ellen. You may want to take advantage of that summer weather with a trip to your favorite waterway, but that will soon come with a bit more of a cost. Starting January 1st, your raft, kayak, or stand-up paddleboard needs a permit. KVAL's Kennedy Wright has more on these new restrictions.
Invasive species in the waterways have pushed the Oregon State Marine Board to enforce a new policy. Next year, all paddler crafts will need a permit. The reasoning is twofold, but a major reason is contamination.
So the fact is, we need to fortify our borders and do our best to expand boat inspection stations. We currently only have 5 in the state at the entry points, but they're not open 24/7, and some are only seasonal. We need to keep those stations open longer, and then also look at expanding those inspection stations to water bodies where we have a lot of out-of-state visitors potentially coming from water bodies that are contaminated.
The unintentional transport of invasive species can be prevented with more boat inspection stations. Frequent paddler Nan is a fan of the mandate.
I think it's a good thing because it's for keeping endangered species from spreading through the waterways, and that's important.
As far as devices that won't require a permit,
The float crowd is not impacted. So if you have a pool toy, a beach toy, anything that's an inflatable, like an inflatable inner tube, and you float with a group of people, those folks, the folk crowd, will not need a waterway access permit.
While some residents were in favor of the permit mandate,
Why not? We're using them. If it's reasonable, why not pay a little bit?
others in the community think it may serve as a barrier for folks to simply enjoy the water.
I mean, right now, I think the finances are tough and every dollar counts, and so when that gets taken away from you, you don't have that affordability, then I could imagine I would be really upset.
Reporting in Eugene, I'm Kennedy Wright.
And with the new changes comes a little bit of flexibility. Boat permits are transferable to friends and family. As long as each boat has a permit, you will not be fined. You can get your permits online. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, and they start as low as $5 for a 7-day pass.
Well, it's the end of the line for a historic rail bridge in North Bend, at least for now. KVAL's Dan Kelly has more on the century-old bridge and what its closure means for local businesses.
In 1914, the North Bend Sway Swing Bridge was built, providing a fast track for shipments of livestock, timber, and precious gemstones. The port has spent over $15 million to keep the bridge running within the last few years.
Now, the reason this bridge is closed is due to a power line issue beneath the bridge, which was struck by a boat or some other vessel within the last 30 days.
The Coos Bay Rail Line says it simply does not have the money to repair that damage, and overall, costs to operate the bridge have grown too high.
We're now at a point where the port, quite honestly, has run out of money to pour into the bridge. So we're going to discontinue its use probably before the end of the month.
This closure affects 10 different customers within the area who will now need items brought to them via truck, which could mean less inventory for the buyers.
We'd like to think that we're going to keep the volume up, but realistically, we'll probably lose a little.
The swing bridge was originally owned by the Central Oregon and Pacific Railroad. Now, they had attempted to shut down the railroad in 2007. That's when the Port of Coos Bay stepped in. The Director of External Affairs for the port says the rail line is important along the coast.
The bridge is a unique asset to the region. It's historic. It's been here for over 100 years. It's a legacy piece of infrastructure, and I think the community is proud of having a railroad that comes through here.
Despite its uncertain future, there are no current plans to get rid of the bridge.
We want to maintain the bridge. This is, again, a temporary situation that we're dealing with. There's unanticipated expenses that have just kind of continued to pile up in a way that we just can't continue to manage with the resources we have right now.
The bridge will be closed sometime next week, with maintenance work continuing to keep the bridge in working order despite the shutdown. The Port of Coos Bay is still working on the much larger Pacific Coast Intermodal Port project, but those funds cannot be used for anything regarding the North Bend Sway Swing Bridge.
We're continuing to look at investments for both federal and state funding options. So there's a variety of different kinds of packages out there that we're hoping to be able to obtain funding for. But, it's a complicated kind of mix and match that we have to play with funding opportunities. And we're exploring everything that we can.
Reporting in North Bend, I'm Dan Kelly.